Hello, I'm Siona from Honouring ME, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do a Solomon's knot. So I've used this recently in one of my poncho patterns, and it is one of my favourite patterns and stitches to do. It's very easy once you get the hang of it, so I hope that you enjoy it too. So what I'm going to cover in this tutorial is how to make the knot, how to join one Solomon's knot to another, how to finish a row, turn and start the next row, and then I'll also cover how to count them. And by the end of that, you should be confident to make the Solomon's knot. Okay, so let's get started. So this first step, I'm going to show you how to make a Solomon's knot. So I already have on my hook a slip knot. I'm going to start by chaining 2 and creating a single crochet, or double crochet if you're using UK terms, into that first chain. Then you're ready to start. So you're going to need to keep hold of the stitch at the bottom. You're going to pull up that loop. So generally to about 2 centimeters tall, close to 1 inch. And that's the height that your stitch is going to take on once you've finished it. So you yarn over and pull through the top of that loop. So you've now got 1 loop on your hook, and if you let it loose, you can see you've got 2 loops on one side and the 1 loop on the other. So you're then going to insert your hook down the bottom, but between, so you're going between the 3, so you've got the 2 on the one side, 1, you're going to swing up, grab that yarn at the back and pull it through. So then you've got 2 loops on your hook, and then to complete the stitch, all you're going to do is yarn over and pull through. You've got your first Solomon's knot. Then you just repeat that, so you pull up the stitch to the height that you need, yarn over and pull it through the very top. You've got the 2, so swing your hook down between, up and grab, come back up, you've got 2 on your hook, yarn over and finish the stitch. So essentially at the top of each knot you've got a single crochet or double crochet if you're UK, and you just keep going until you've got as many as you need. So pull up, yarn over, pull through the top, and notice that I'm also keeping it firm, so you keep the height of the stitch there. Pull your hook through, grab that yarn, yarn over, pull through. Once you get the hang of it, you find that you get a nice rhythm with the swinging of the hook, and it does make your yarn go a long way, which is why else I quite like this stitch. Pull up, you don't need to worry too much about getting them perfect length. You can see them even seem to be twisting. So alternate lengths, you're going to end up with the loops on the other side. As long as you're going in between, you've got 2 on one side, 1 on the other, you'll be fine. Loosen my pull. Okay, keep going. It really is a fun stitch to do. So simple. Looks less simple. Gives you a lovely, let me start that one again. Get this nice swinging rhythm. up and back, pull through. Okay, so we've got our chain to begin with. They're all relatively evenly spaced. Okay. This next step I'm going to show you how to count, so that once we know how to count we can start joining and putting them together. So you can see I've got my chain here of Solomon's knots. You've got one stitch on the hook. Now the Solomon's knot itself, if you look at it, it looks like a big chain. So you've got, if you hold it loosely, you've got like the 2 loops and the one like a chain does. See that all the way down. Okay, and the knot, so you count from, so that's the stitch on the hook, but the first Solomon's knot is all of this loop plus that stitch at the bottom. So to count, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on my hook. Just to show again, so there's the first one, second, third, fourth. You can also just count the chain bits if you like. But this part here is where we're going to be working into when we're working into joining them together. So we need to know how to join the Solomon's knots together, so that makes the body of our fabric. So the pattern that I've published, I've made them as 4 together. So essentially, if you look before I join, we're going to end up with 4 Solomon's knots. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see. So to join, all you've got to do is identify the stitch you're joining to. So we're going to join on the 4th one. And then insert. So this is essentially a single crochet or double crochet if you're UK. So just insert your hook into that stitch, yarn over and pull it through that first stitch, then yarn over to close. Okay, so we'll make 2 more. So to continue now to make groups of 4, we need to create 2. There you go, I've made 2 more, and then we're going to skip that one and we're going to join it to this one. So insert our hook in, yarn over, pull it through that stitch. So you've got 2 on the 2 loops on your hook, then yarn over and pull through. And there you go, you've made, now got 2 lots joined together. So you've got 4 in that ring, 4 in that ring. Make another 2. And join that. So skip one into the next, identify the top of that stitch, insert, 3, over, pull through, create 2 more. See, it becomes very rhythmic. Of course, you can join different numbers together to get different patterns. I have considered looking at joining so that we have 5 to make a flower. Insert in. Okay, last 2. Yarn longer. So this is the final one on the end of my first row. So again, if you want to adjust my pattern, just make more or less in the foundation row, just add 4 to the end. Actually add 3 to the end so that you can create your first group. There you go. So that's the first row complete. See, we've got it all joined together. So this last step, we're going to show you how to turn. So once you get to the end of the row, you're going to make 3 Solomon's knots. So that's 1, 2, 3. So you can see we've got the end, and now we've got, so that's our first one, second, third. If you want to count the loops, it might be easier. Okay, so we're then going to turn the piece. Now you want to make it into a circle of 4, so you're going to identify in that first circle the one that hasn't been joined already, and you're going to join it to that one. So insert in, yarn over, same as you join all the others, single crochet. And there you can see you've now got your 4 on the end, and then you can continue with your row, making 2 and joining. So as long as you make sure you've always got 4 joined in a circle, you can't go too wrong. Okay, so then the next row, identify the loose one at the top of that circle. So you're essentially skipping where you joined last time to join in the next loose. Insert in. Create it. So you can see now, if we go, you've got 4 in that first row, and then this is the start of your second row. There. And you'll continue. So when you count the rows though, you'll want to be counting sort of on a zigzag, or you can count the knots. And that's it.